back. It's another episode of Trei and
Lario, what's going on, y'all?
where we keep everything focused on fitness and health. Lario, I think today I really wanted to kind of focus in on clients. I think for a lot of trainers, you got to understand like this business is about the clientele. You want to make sure that they feel like they're being supported in every way. So your job is to stay focused on the client and really cater to their needs. Now, with that being said, there are different types of clients, right, Lario? Like, we have clients ranging from all ages, clients ranging from all attitudes, and man to a woman. So there's different ways you need to be able to handle each client or work with each client or provide for each client. So I think we wanted to kind of dive in, starting off on some of the differences between clients and how you can kind of manage yourself with them. So let's start off with men versus women in general. What was your take on kind of like your female clientele versus your men?
Well, so far, most of my clientele has been female clientele. So that's what I had to jump out the gate with, start training. So a lot of it was, trying to figure out where they were at physically, because you don't want to throw too much weight on, but you also don't want to throw too little weight on, and then that'd be like an insult or something like
Keeping
that.
it challenged, keeping it challenging them.
So you want to challenge them, but you don't want to overpower. And I think that's kind of with every client. But I felt like with my first couple clients as women, especially as older women too, like that was one of the biggest challenges I faced was like kind of scared to like, okay, I don't want to give you too much and I don't want to give you too little at the same time. What about you?
I think that's, well, just to piggyback off some stuff you said right there, I think the main thing about having that variety from, all right, I'm a new trainer, I need to kind of get a feel for everybody's like level of training or their ability. Everybody's so different, and when you're new, you're coming in, you kind of got to get a feel for how people work. And eventually you'll start to be able to know like, all right, you'll just have a good idea of how to level set each person. But for me, the difference between men and women, bro, I don't think it's a super like defined difference between men and women. I feel like everybody that comes into me kind of felt my energy before and kind of knows the way I get down, the way we work, and they kind of come in fit in that mode already. As people that just know that, hey, we're going to come, we're going to work hard, and we're going to give it our best. So like that's the type of clientele I attract, whether it's men or women. But if I had to find something to be to nitpick and say, I would just say certain rep ranges for men and women, depending on what you're doing. Like a lot of times, depending on who I got in front of me, if I'm building a client up for strength, I may just bring the rep range down to 5 to 8 reps of a heavy weight, and then you got, that'll be my general range for a man that's lifting heavy. But then for a female, I think I would bring it down to, depending on who it is, but a lot of times I might bring it down to like 3 to 5, just small, subtle changes like that. And I just pay attention to certain things like, okay, is she losing her grip? Is her form breaking or bending at all? It's just small things to where like, a lot of times hip mobility and range sometimes is a lot better in women, but then again, you can't go as heavy in the weight, so you got to find a way to balance that out. But generally, once you get an idea of what each client needs or what the female client needs versus the male client needs, you can time it up for a perfect combination to where she's utilizing her full range and also maximizing her capacity for weight. So I think that's one of the beautiful things about women, which is why they tend to like round out faster, because they can kind of access fuller range of body motion usually more so than my male clients. But that's just one thing, but that also comes with the mindset, because it is very difficult to reach full depth and full structure and be disciplined through that and continue to add on weight for progressive overload. But I think that the women that come to train with me, they all have very strong mindsets and ready to attack whatever we put in front. So that's the main thing. Like if we give them something, you don't want to shoot down their confidence. Like you want to make sure that they feel really good about the lift, and if you put on too much weight for somebody, way out of the range, they're gonna look at you like, oh, he doesn't have a feel for me at all. Like he's gonna, if he's off of this much about this thing, then like he could be off about everything. Like you never know the thoughts that's going through their head with that. So you just kind of want to pay attention and do your best. It comes with experience to where you can start to level set people. So, and next we have the ideal client. So every trainer knows like we have certain people that come in and just get it done. We kind of just wanted to kind of describe in our words, in our view, the ideal client. So, Lario, I'll let you take it away. What do you think your ideal client is described as?
Probably for me, somebody who's punctual. Like, if you're gonna be here at a certain time, be here at a certain time. If you're not gonna be here, at least let me know. Day in advance, a couple hours in advance. Basically, let me know before I've left the house to come and do the training session. So, for real, that's...
You sound like somebody from experience, like you had some people
Yeah,
dip on you.
Yeah. I mean, that's the business.
It's the business.
It happens, but ideally, like if you punctual, I can rock with that because I'm a punctual person. I'm gonna be there when I say I'm gonna be there. So
Right.
punctual. Come in with an open mind. I like if you already have some training experience. That's actually a plus too because I don't have to go too much into tutorials on how to do certain workouts. Like if you already know what you're doing, had some training experience, or been in the gym for a while yourself, I like that too. I think that's easier to work with. I just tell you what to do, watch you do the sets, make sure you're doing it right, and then we go from there. Let's see what else. I don't like a lot of whining.
Cause they be whining. Cause they be whining.
I don't like a lot of whining.
Why is that, bro? Why don't you like the whining?
I don't know. Like sometimes when you hear people sounding exhausted or grunting or whatever doing the workout, it's giving you feedback. Like like okay, this person is feeling this workout. So that type of feedback is good. But the whining, like
It's
I don't think I
excessive.
can do this. Like
Excessive
I don't want to
whining.
do this. That's too much. Like
Yeah.
I don't like all that.
I think that's just a pet peeve.
That's
for
a
me.
pet peeve.
It's like if you're coming here, you knowing that you're gonna put hard work in. You see, also usually we have 3 or 4 other people to attend to,
Yeah.
and you're really making it difficult because you're not like able to push yourself a little bit harder, a little bit further. That type of thing. We're gonna be here to help you. We want to be here to help you. Want to be here to make you. We got off topic. We supposed to be talking about the best client. We talking about the worst client right now. We want to get the best client. But just to finish that,
that's important.
it's important. Stop whining.
Somebody who don't whine.
Come put the work in.
Yeah.
Come put the work in because we here to work for you. So like we putting the work in. You come put the work in. We ain't trying to do nothing that's gonna hurt you. We trying to make you better.
We're gonna keep you safe. We ain't gonna tell you to do something that's gonna kill you.
Now there's some
Don't hurt
whining
you.
that's we cool with, right? Like in a sense, not like I don't even want to label it whining. We'll just say like a little bit of complainers, like small like percent complainers.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta vent and get some stuff off your chest, and we understand that. Like we can
see
see the work. If you working and we can see it, but you just like curse like a sailor or something, like that's different. Or you just say something that goes against what you're doing, that's different. But we can see you if you put in work or not, and that's really all we care about. If we watching you physically put the work in and do everything how we ask and get off your break on time and come back into the work, but you like just like talking shit the whole time, that's okay, because I'm coming from an athlete from a competitor's background, so I get what just yapping does. Sometimes it's just a little bit of release, help you get through. So that's cool. Whatever, do what you got to do. But as long as you're showing that you're working, I'm cool with it.
One other thing, I do actually like when outside of our training hours, like if you have some issues going on where like you feeling like your energy's low, you're not feeling this workout, or you have this certain nutrition plan that you're trying to stick to, but you feeling weak. If you use me, reach out to me, text me, tell me what's going on. Let me help you, giving you the personal part of personal training outside of the personal training hours. Actually enjoy that. Like, let's let me know that you still trying to put in the work besides those 2 to 3 hours a week you see with me. Like,
I'm just gonna pick your brain real quick. So you said the personal part of personal training. What's the difference between like somebody going to the gym and then having a trainer?
somebody going to the gym and
Just
having a
going to the
trainer?
gym and doing their own thing versus just having a full-on trainer like one of us. Like why come spend a little bit of your check with us when you could just go into the gym and do it yourself? Like,
I mean, for real, people got jobs, people got kids. Like, it's a lot for you to handle your own life, your own career, your own kids, whatever you got going on, school, whatever, and then worry about your own fitness journey as well. That's why a lot of people feel personal trainers, that's our specific job, is to take that weight off of you. We plan your workout, so all you have to do is really show up and show out, and then you go home and go about your day.
No thought. Because how much thought process does it take to put a program together? Like, that's a whole deal.
It takes a lot.
It takes a lot.
Especially for online clients coming soon, but it's a lot. So somebody like us, that's our full job, is to sit down, plan your workouts for you. We look at how much weight, how much reps you did last time. We go up, we go down, we see where you're going good at, see where you're going bad at. Like, that's our job. So let us do our job so you can go out there and do your job and
Better.
look the best
Yes.
while you're doing it.
Right. Small invest in yourself. Okay, and just to revisit, let's talk about my best client experience. So what I see as the best client, or the ideal client, they're able to come in, work hard, they ask very little questions. I'm just playing. I want you to ask, I want them to ask questions and all that good stuff so they have a full understanding, but I just want people that are like ready to soak up everything that I have to offer and not really see the value in what we're doing and really want to be in the atmosphere that we created. You know, we spend a lot of time creating something to where you can gain a lot of value if you're willing to see it. So the clients that come to me with their eyes open, those are the people that I love to be around. I don't care how much training you had in the past, how much training you haven't had. Like, just come on and just that when you come to me, like we're going to work towards our goals, and that's all I care about for that client. Now, sometimes you got to show people this, right? Because I come from a background of athletics to where I dealt with all type of coaches. So the difference between us is, people not going to play football, but I would argue like the game of life is harder than football. Like you going outside every day, dodging traffic, that's life or death. As soon as you get out the house, and then that's just one danger of the world. But every time you go outside, it's I think it's a lot more realer than even football. So it doesn't matter about like the coaching style. Now, it kind of like it depends on the client that you have. If you can be a little bit tougher, a little bit more, have to pull back a little bit. But I just would like people to understand, like, yes, we come in to train. This is a place where you can get a little bit of where you can get a little stress relief, a little attentiveness. Like, we're here to serve you. You can get a service provided for you. But at the same time, just come and really understand that we're taking it serious. Like, we're looking at this like something that is life or death. At the same time, we do want to provide you a place where you can kind of let your hair down, relax a little bit, and go hard at the same time. So that's what we're trying to cultivate. And my ideal clients embody that really well, and they stay and they be around and they continue support, and we put back into them. But honestly, that's all I ask for from a client. Just come and be ready to let us do our job. Yeah.
All right, so we back. Moving on to the next one, we're gonna talk about worst clients. So, or just kind of clients that are most difficult to deal with. So, what do you think?
Least favorable to deal with.
Least favorable to deal with clients.
I mean, some people just need to be like coddled so much. It's almost like you can't work, like those people too, and you're like, yo, you can't be in a small group. So you need to be a one-on-one client because I have to attend to you so much. And here's the thing, like that's fine unless they're draining from you, right? Like as a person, like if you can tell that a client is taking from you, like draining you spiritually, because they're not even giving you the credit. Like if you're putting in the 200% into a client, and then, they're not getting the results, and then they're starting to blame it on just you or the style of training, okay, then we may have an issue because that the client right next to them is getting results, is doing the work, goes home. I only see you 3 times out the week, maybe. That's 3 hours out of the whole week, and I don't know how many hours in a week, but it's more than 3. And I know that I know that when you go home, you gotta continue the lifestyle.
Right.
So if you're not continuing the lifestyle and you're coming in complaining and you're not getting results, well, you're wasting everybody's time and you're bringing down the atmosphere of what we're trying to build here. So like, just as much as a client comes to us and like, I think this would be a great fit for me, we do the same thing. If you're not a good fit, then we may have to ask you to look elsewhere for your fitness goals, because if you come in and tear down just the atmosphere we build, then that's counterproductive. It's not worth the money that we would get from training you. That's pretty much it. So any client, I just would hope that they appreciate the work. It's kind of like in a relationship, the same thing. You want to be appreciated. Like if you're not feeling appreciated, then like you start to look elsewhere. You start to do things you wouldn't normally do. You start to get a little mean. That's what we can't have. We got to stay professional. We got to stay on point. So it's best to just have those conversations with clients when you start to feel like you're not being appreciated by a client as a trainer.
Yeah, I feel like the weird thing about this profession is we providing the service, but y'all the products. Like, so if y'all's products aren't displaying the service we gave y'all, then y'all making it seem like the service that we're providing isn't all the way there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's making our service look bad. So I guess when you have these clients who don't want to, follow the lifestyle we're setting up for y'all in the training, do what we're asking y'all to do outside of those 2 to 3 hours we see a week. Like, you might have to let this relationship go.
Let it go.
Let it burn.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. If you're not keeping up with the lifestyle or not understanding that it's a lifestyle switch, then that's where you know that you're not ready to really pursue this. True. Now, for what I try to do is really like show all of my clients and show everybody success. That way that one person can't just be like, oh, woe is me with everything, and we're not working out. But because you see clearly that this person in the same demographic as you is having success, because they're just going home and doing the right things at home,
Yeah.
And that's one of the bigger things. You got to be able to have consistency. You can't just pay us money, show up to the workouts, and then think that that's it. It's not, right?
Only it was that easy.
It's not that easy. Yes, we're going to help you. Yes, we're going to do our best. But at the same time, if you're not going home and putting in your part, you're not going to get results. You're not. You can do all of the workout that you want, but if you're still going home doing the same cycle, repeating the same thing, still running in the rabbit hole and in the rat race, then I can't help you. I can't. There's no way I can pull you out of that if you're not meeting me halfway.
You're my client. You have my number. Like, text me if you're not feeling it when you outside of the training. Like, if you not feeling the nutrition, like if you having a slip day, text me, let me know. That's what I'm there for. Like, you don't just have me for that 1 hour or 2 hours a week.
Right.
You have access to me.
Right.
I may not answer at 2 a.m. in the morning, but 6 a.m. when I get up, 5 a.m. when I get up, I'll text you back. Like, I got you.
Right.
So we have access to me.
We got access. So just that part of being a personal trainer or having a personal trainer is, like you said, we're a team.
Yeah.
And not just you and your personal trainer. Like when you come with Alpha Instinct, we are all together. So yeah, you might work directly with Lario or directly with me, but we want it to be a place where you feel free to hit on if you're a client of mine, you could talk to Lario as well, and also talk to one of his clients as well. Or just everybody kind of is feeding off each other's energy, because the more that you're able to network and link things, the more consistent you'll be with everything, because you have more ties. It might be like, I can check on you and say, hey, where you're at, where were you today? That's one thing. But if I'm checking on you and 2 of your workout buddies are checking on you, it's going to be more of an urgent priority in your life to come and get what you need to get done. So you'll find less and less excuses, and you'll just start to fall into the community. And that's what the goal is. Get everybody connected enough to where we can all hold each other accountable and get to your session and stay accountable to yourself even outside of training. Okay, so we want to talk about in-person training versus online training. This is something that I think people don't really understand how important it is to be able to utilize both in a way, because your travel or you'll have to go somewhere, or vacation or graduations or whatever you have to do. And it's really tough once you get out of a rhythm to get back into it, and you can do it. But if you utilize both options for online and in person, you'll be able to really, really stay up to date, or stay on plan, stay on target. So it's important to have like that in your back pocket and utilize both online and in person. But let's say that you could only do one. Here are some of the differences between in person and online. I'm gonna let Lario start it off with what you think.
Well, the biggest thing between online and in person is you actually have personal trainer with eyes on you, watching you do the movement. I think that's probably one thing that stirs people away from online personal training is, what if I'm not doing the form right? How am I gonna know what's going on? So the best way a online trainer can combat that is making sure you upload the videos, like making sure your client records themselves doing a workout, but before that, making sure you send your client a video of what you want that workout to be.
Right.
Right? I think a bigger thing for that is also during the consultation part, like you really gotta set clear goals for your client. So when it comes back to programming, you can program in a way to accomplish those goals. So I think that's some of the big things about online personal training.
Yeah. Utilizing and getting savvy with your phone. Literally, the app will let you do just about anything. So it's just about you staying connected at all costs. Like I said before, with the network, this is a big network. It's a community. The online piece allows us to even further connect. So with online training, you may see storyboards or articles that we could post up about something pertaining particular to you, and then maybe events or group ideas or group workouts with people that are in the same, or other clients that we have, and you guys are kind of doing it together. Just fun things to stay interacted, and not just you pulling up your training program and that's it. So you would have a lot of things to kind of supplement your training on the app. Well, if you go online, and versus in person, if you only do in person, it's still great. We're able to dive deeper within the, in a 45 minute to an hour range, and I get to really, really give you that energy firsthand, like directly into you, and I think that carries away. But once you leave, you kind of just have to wait to the next appointment that you set. Versus if you were also online, you would be able to do small things that keeps you in flow of training, even on your off days without coming to see us. So I honestly recommend it's a combo of both to utilize both for every client. Have online, have your in person, because you do really get different energy from both, but yet they work really well in unison. So online, connection, networking, staying a part of staying in flow of your training, and in person you get really, really direct energy. You get I almost can inject you with all of my energy firsthand, and it's like super stimulating. That way, you can carry that energy into your next session, and that's why I love in person. But if we can do that and also guide you online, we're going to, 10x your progression, because now you're not getting away from. You're not going home thinking, oh, this is all I had to do. It's like, nah, you can go online. Trey still got stuff for me to do. There's still stuff on the off days to work on. There's another like light mobility program. This is going to keep your mind focused on what can I do to continue getting better, even when I'm not seeing Trey, because some people just drift. So I think there's those differences, but also the best thing is to utilize them both, online and in person.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for sitting down with Trei and Lario. Trey, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at Trey_the_trainer. That's TREI_THE_TREINER on Instagram, and also alpha.instinct.fitness on Instagram as well.
All right, you can find me at Level Up with Lario on Instagram. I'm there. Check me out.
We'll be back on. See you soon.
Peace.